So, today, it's neon time. I finally got, let's see over here, finally came in, front strut bar. So I haven't ordered a rear one yet, so that's probably not gonna be in this video. I wanna get it out as soon as I can, but I'll order, let me close this door quick, it's getting cold. All right, like I said, time to get to work on this neon. So I'm gonna put it up on the lift. Let's do that right now. Okay, on the way up now. Let's see. Forgot the wheel lock. And on the way back down. All right. Let's see what we're working with here. Yeah, it's a 215/40 18, obviously. Well, not obviously, but on a 10.5, so it's a pretty big stretch. So this season, before we start going to the track, I'm pretty much gonna get rid of the wheel spacers, do new wheel studs and everything like that. And then we're gonna be going to, I don't know, I was looking at maybe a set of Enki RPF 1s, but that's also pretty basic. So maybe I'll go for something different, maybe something that doesn't cost as much so I can get a better tire. But basically this car, like I said, is getting a whole overhaul this winter, and I'm basically gonna be setting up for the track. And I'm making money now where I don't, you know, I really like this car and I've always wanted to put money into it, but I never really had the money to put into it. But now I have extra money left over that I can put into the car so I can have some fun with it during the summers. So let's see what we got for suspension right now. The car is just a set of these Raceland coilovers. I got these secondhand, and what's funny is I actually ended up paying the new price secondhand because I didn't know that, I didn't look at the new price back then. I just kind of bought them off someone from the States. So with shipping and everything and import fees, I think I actually ended up paying $100 over retail. And yeah, the neon is rusty. That's owning a neon for you. In Canada at least, it's all surface rust. There's nothing huge going on here, but we'll take care of that. Anyways, so these bad boys are gonna come out and they're pretty much all blown, I believe. So they're gonna come out and the new shiny BC Racing ones are gonna go in. So let's get to it. So before I start with the coilovers on the rear, what I'm gonna actually do is go ahead and take apart these rear brakes and service them. Because I put them on the car about 2 years ago, and I haven't serviced them since then. And I've only driven the car around like 200 kilometers. So just for ease of mind, I just wanna go ahead and lube everything up, just because I can see a bit of uneven wear on the rotor. So I'm gonna just take them apart really quick, lube everything back up. That way I have some ease of mind. And then one thing I gotta order too is some stainless steel brake lines, because I kind of fucked these ones up when I was putting them in. Let me show you. I mean, kind of hard to see, but that line there is like pretty much pinched. And I mean, I've had this car since I was 14, and I think I did the rear brake conversion because obviously this was, well, not obviously. This was a normal neon when I started out with it. Just an SXT, like literally base of the base. And they had drum brakes on the rear. So one of the first things I did was get SRT brakes for it. And I think I messed up. So these, they're like a rubber hose, like a flexible brake line, and then to a metal brake line that goes right to the caliper. And when I was putting them on the first time, I was like, man, these caliper brake lines are not lining up at all. So I started bending them, and little did I know they were directional. I just thought it was because I had an SXT, but I mean, obviously that wouldn't make a difference if I'm swapping everything over. But like I said, I was 14, I didn't really know much what I was doing. I've learned everything on this car. So yeah, basically I just accidentally put a kink in it, bending it too hard. So I'm gonna order the stainless steel brake lines, that shouldn't be a problem. But for right now, like I said, I'm just gonna start with the service of those rear brakes. Reel that piston in a bit. Shouldn't go in much because they're brand new brakes. Should just, yeah, lift up on this side here. So that slide's pretty easy, so I'm not too concerned. So let's see if these pins move pretty good. Yeah, they're actually pretty good. I mean, everything's brand new. That one's a bit sloppy, so I'm gonna redo that one and lube up the pads and should be good to go. Okay, so I don't have any of the coilovers off yet. I just finished the brakes, but I'm pulling all the coilovers out. And I'm gonna take a look and see. These seem pretty high to me. I mean, here's the fronts and here's the rear. I know that the spring rates are probably a bit different, so they're gonna compress differently. But I know that to change the height of these in the cards, it can be a bit difficult. So I'm just gonna set them right off the bat to 3 inches. So you can see there, I've wound it up to go 3 inches. And we're gonna see from there if that makes any changes. But other than that, I'm gonna put the card down and get to taking out the rear coilovers. Should be pretty simple. Let's see how it goes, let's see. All right, so here's our 3 bolts here. Okay, so, yeah, sway bar did not hold that thing good at all. All right, so basically we're just gonna take the struts off from the bottom, 1, 2. Take the sway bar end link off. There. Oh, this is all being held up by this. Okay, I gotta get to work because this is all being held up by the flex hose. So I gotta get to work. 1 second here. I'm gonna take this eyelet off on the bottom here and then the bracket here for the eyelet type of sway bar here. And then the coilover should come off. Well, I gotta get boom, boom, take this bolt out and then I'll switch the eyelets over on the ground. Okay, I'm gonna take out the bottom bolts first then. Now these bolts come out. Okay, this is a crap camera view, but I cannot hold the phone with my teeth, so. Now this thing's only being held in there by this and the bolt for the sway bar. So let's make sure we don't. And there goes the bolt for the sway bar. I don't want to ruin this kit. Okay, and that's 1 shock done. Let's see. Well, it looks like I fucked up pretty hard on this side. So these are my ABS wheel speed sensors. And so when I went to swap everything over from my car, originally when I bought this for the rear swap, I had the sensors and I just left them in there. They were dangling on the ground, they got caught, they got broken. Okay. When I took apart the black car to the swap, I just cut the sensors because I was like, oh, I have these ones, I forgot I broke them completely. So I just ended up Frankensteining together sensors and they work perfectly fine, but I let the axle drop and now they're fucked. So I gotta take these out and resolder them. So not a big deal, but it's putting a bit of a damper here. So I gotta get to doing that, I guess. Okay, now that the coilovers are out, here comes the kind of difficult part, which is getting them in with just me. So I'm gonna try to. Okay, that was the most difficult part. That was getting the shock in there just with one guy, having to hold it, and then reach the other arm all the way around and put those nuts on. But now that one nut is on, I'm gonna put the other 2 on, and then we're gonna put everything together and then torque everything up. So let's keep going. So now the next step, we've lifted the car up. I gotta get this fork in the knuckle here. Now it was a bit difficult. On the other side, I did the other side already just so I know kind of what I'm doing. So it was a bit difficult, but should be possible. It's just these bushings are a bit stiff because 1, they're polyurethane, and 2, you know, they're not supposed to move this far. So I'm gonna try to prop you guys up. You might not have the best view. Let's see here. Here. And then all I've got to do is stick it in there, and I'm gonna wedge, use it as a pry bar almost. This hole is lined up enough. Not really. There's that one in. We're gonna take a pry bar, slip it right in there. There we go. I'm gonna need to invest in an actual mount for my phone or a GoPro or something, but ow, fuck, I can't stick my head under there with the kit on. Okay, so these nuts are gonna go on. I don't know why the quality just became so much shittier, but okay, we zap this one. I don't want to ruin the finish on it. Okay, so now we just have to this. All right, caliper goes on like that. Bolts on. Just like this. Okay. And then now, rear coilovers are on. So I'm gonna do the fronts. We're gonna do the fronts, let's do the fronts. It's pretty relatively straightforward. First things first, ABS line disconnects. Get your bolts for the shock. There's one. There's two. I didn't fuck it up, I hit it light enough to not fuck it up, so I'm not worried. On front wheel drive cars, or any car with a rear axle that's not independent and it's an actual CD shaft, I definitely recommend before you take the shock out, you have something to hold this control arm from going down too far. Because if it goes down too far, then you risk the axle actually popping out of its socket, and then that is a huge bitch to get it back in if you even can. I've dealt with it before, and luckily I've been able to get them back in, but there are times where you need to replace them. But after that, shock's free. So now we take out the bolts up top. So I've just got myself a step ladder, and these bolts up top coming loose, but you want to make sure you have someone or something to hold that axle shaft, because otherwise it's just, or sorry, the fork there, otherwise it's just gonna fall right out. But pretty much, okay, that's the last nut there. So let's see if I'm gonna have enough room to pull this shock out. Probably not, maybe just barely. Well, it's gonna need two hands. Okay, and I was able to stake that out of there. I didn't even need to grab the caliper off or anything like that. So two more to go. All right, it's up and I'm holding it. Now I'm gonna have to fucking get up here and okay, now that's on. So because I have the brace, I'm just gonna install everything and then put it on the ground, and then that way the shocks will stay in from being under load instead of trying to fuck around with it. So, all right, so pretty much these go on. Boom. Doesn't matter. Beautiful, just beautiful. And then this knuckle. These BCs are pretty cool. They actually pivot on the top, so you can actually move this thing back and forth pretty nicely. So the knuckle comes here. It looks like this is gonna be sitting a bit higher than I was previously. Or maybe you're just around the same height, which might be pretty good. I mean, I know my shocks were blown, so mine probably was sitting a bit lower, but let's see. This is so much easier than the back side. That's why I wanted to do that one first, because I'd rather do the harder one first. Oh, but look at that, just easy. Take the two nuts, here and here. On and on. Now the only thing left to do is pop back on this guy. You can sit right there. 110 mil bolt. Go on. And doesn't that just look beautiful? Way better than the freaking race lines. All right. So that's our front passenger side done. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the same to the driver's side, and then we'll do the strut brace. Okay, now I'm gonna give a torque of everything here. Pain in the ass through the camera, so I'm just gonna do it with my hands. I'm getting tired. Let's keep going. Let's see what it looks like here. Now I know the alignment's gonna be off. Those are the bushings for the control arms. Yo, that's, you know what? That's like, one, it's better than before, 100%. Yeah, look at the toe on that wheel. Definitely off, unless the kit's off, so we'll have to see when I align it. Probably tomorrow, because the suspension's got to settle for me to align it. Yeah, that looks better. I mean, we're gonna have to wait for it to settle. That side might be a bit lower than this side, but the lift, I don't think also is off the ground completely yet. Off the car completely yet, I should say. I mean, it's pretty much where I would like it to sit. I mean, I just got to get the different tires to figure out exactly how I would like it to sit. But let's see. Yeah, the steering wheel's not straight, so the toe might be fine on the front wheels. Let's see. Try to get it. that's pretty straight on the wheel. So, I mean, the toe is obviously gonna be out because the car, one, the shocks are in better shape. It's lower a bit, tiny bit, so. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the first half of this video here. So I'm actually gonna be ending it here. I have the full video filmed, but it's like 30 minutes. So I kinda wanna split it up. So this is gonna be the first half, and then I'm gonna post the second half in a bit here. Like I said, everything's edited. I wanna separate the posts so we can get 2 videos out, you know, maybe in 1 week. And then also it's not 30 minutes long each video. So hope you guys liked this first video here. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what I'm doing wrong. Let me know what I'm doing right. Dislike if you disliked it, I don't really care. But anyways, yeah, thanks guys. See you later. Bye-bye.